All right. So, welcome, welcome to the Creators Initiative podcast, where we have a raw and authentic conversation about the highs and lows of creating media and to start or grow our business and personal brand and how we can overcome it all. I am your host, DP, editor, and content creator, Leia Lowe. And in today's episode, I have a listener's question: how to be the trend. And I'm going to tell you exactly how, but you may be disappointed with my solution because it's simple. Be yourself. I'm going to say it one more time. Be yourself. Now listen. Um that's easier said than done. I'm gonna say that. Like it's a simple solution, but it's actually easier said than done. Because personally, it's hard for me, at least in the beginning, for sure, to show up and be myself. I think I might have talked about it in a previous episode, but I'm gonna talk about it again. How I was nervous, I was anxious, I was hesitant to show up on social media because, I stutter, because I got jokes and I'm not serious, because, I'm all over the place and I rant and I rave and like no one's gonna take me seriously as a business owner or hire me to do any work because I got jokes for days, okay? I'm not professional as some would deem, right? And also too, I definitely haven't seen anyone like me personally. I think I have now, but at the time, I hadn't seen anybody like me who acts like me, all the things, or at least just comedic relief and, have a business, be successful. They look a certain way, they talk a certain way, they act like a certain way, they carry themselves a certain way. And so it's hard to show up, and be yourself on social media when you don't see that. At least the last couple years, maybe decade, people being themselves on social media and them winning. And now, thankfully, I have heard a podcast, somebody with way more experience than me, say that now is the time more than ever for you to be yourself and for it to pay off because we are craving that. Especially since like I said, that last decade, really, we haven't seen authenticity on social media. I'm just thinking about a meme that I shared or I liked or I definitely sent in a DM about like how, we looked like in a middle school and high school versus how these kids who are growing up with TikTok and being able to learn how to contour their face at 6 look like in high school and middle school. And it's funny. No, it's not funny. It's kind of tragic because they have to really keep up and contour their face at 6. Girl, I barely know how to put on powder and fill in my eyebrows and use mascara because half the time I forget that that's the word for my eyelashes. See, I went blank. I went, because that's just not what I do. So trying to keep up and look a certain way in this age, oh my goodness, tragic, truly. And so now more than ever, we are craving, we are looking for that type of content. Those who are authentic, those who just woke up naturally and they look like this naturally. Like we're looking for that. We're looking for that. So that's my rant on being yourself. I think I made my point. I think I made my point clear. But the other thing that I want to say, apart from being yourself, is like it's okay to go on social media and gain inspiration from other creatives because I know I do. In certain areas of me being creative in the creative process, it is easy for me to come up with things from scratch because it's just how creative I am, right? Nothing to it but to do it. But there's sometimes I do struggle creatively, have a mental block, and I go on social media or YouTube or things like that to gain inspiration. But here's the thing, and this is like the most difficult thing that even I had struggles with, especially when it came to filming in the beginning, is to not copy and paste what other creatives are doing, but to take that inspiration and infuse you, incorporate you. Okay, like I've seen plenty of YouTube videos with black backdrops like this, talking head videos, and I like the looks of them. But I was like, I get the the base of it, I guess, the foundation, the fundamentals of how to create this type of look, but I'm going to add my look because I like dark and moody a little bit. I like a little bit of different vibe. I like a little splash of color, like this, I like that. I'm just going to add me. But I know the foundations, I know what I have to do to get this look, and I'm going to add me. And so I want to say, too, that not only will you need to gain inspiration from others, then do your own thing. Let them build the foundation and just add you to it or whatever your style is. But you also need to create for you. And this is just another personal struggle that I've had and I have had to overcome, was being afraid of doing something different because I don't know if it will be successful, because I don't know or have any examples of success. And that's entrepreneurship in a nutshell. The riskier the stakes, the bigger the payoff or the payout. And it's tough. Whether I'm seeking it through YouTube videos or podcasts, I want to see someone who did what I'm doing right now or showing up like I'm showing up, and it worked out. Because God forbid I do this for 6 months or 6 years and it doesn't work out, right? And then you realize, though, that the people that showed up for 6 months or 6 years all were testing out their creativity until something worked, but they didn't change themselves or who they were, right? And so yeah, I kind of think of, who would have thought that in the future there wouldn't be another way to rent videos that wasn't, through Blockbuster. Like, you didn't have to go to Blockbuster, take a physical copy of a DVD, go home, watch it, and then bring it back. Who would have thought that you can now, watch movies when they drop on Netflix, or you can watch movies, through your Apple TV, rent them for like $20. Might as well buy the movie, but I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. But still, that you can do that now, unless somebody was like, hey, no one's doing that. Why don't we do that, right? Now, granted, that's like a digital and just like how the times have changed, but I'm just thinking about how Netflix started out, like sending DVDs to people's houses. No one's doing that. So why not we do that, right? We haven't seen anybody be successful. Doesn't mean that it won't be successful. So let's just try it. And like I said, entrepreneurship is all about taking risks. Entrepreneurship is all about seeing someone that has a problem and creating a solution to it for a fee, right? And so you think about Uber, who would have thought, like, if it wasn't for Uber thinking like, okay, there's other ways for people to get to point A to point B that doesn't mean a taxi, especially like when you live out in the city, like outside of the city and need to go into the city. They saw a problem, they created a solution, and it worked out. Now here comes Lyft as competition, right? Or I think it's just Uber and Lyft right now, right? Think about, hotel industry. The only way you can go on vacation and stay somewhere else in a different state or a different country is a hotel or, a resort. And here comes Airbnb and Vrbo. And then even Airbnb and Vrbo are like battling each other because Airbnb has somebody upstairs while you're in the basement, and Vrbo gives you the whole house. It's a thing, right? But if they didn't think like, well, this is a way that somebody, this is not the traditional way everyone has done it. This is a different way of thinking. Why don't we create a solution to this problem that people don't think is really a problem until we presented that it is a problem, right? And so that's just my 2 cents about, honestly being yourself and showing up your way on your terms and not trying to seek out validation, not trying to seek out how it is successful. Because as long as you can go back and look at these videos, go back and look at your content and be proud and laugh at it, then it works. It really does. And I'm saying that about my own personal content that has not been posted yet, but still, I'm not ashamed to share it because I'm really proud of it. And I created it for me, being myself. Yeah. I hope I didn't go on to a rant into a rabbit hole that made absolutely no sense. But once again, we are working on that, and we're going to get better with every upload and being more clear and just thinking, pausing, and taking a second to think through our thoughts and say what it is that we have to say. Okay. So actually, I do want to give an example, though, of just incorporating you. Actually, no, I don't, because then that's going to be like another 10 minutes, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to talk about Some creators, though, that I believe are unapologetically themselves. They're going out here doing them, right? They're just doing whatever works for them, whatever is creative, and it just I can't. Me and my words, you know this, guys, but yeah, they're out here being unapologetically them. Now, this is YouTube focused, but don't think for 1 second they don't have a nice, good, solid following on social media pages. But this is YouTube focused, so we're gonna talk about it, okay? Because honestly, that's where the money is. Respectfully, this is where a lot of the money is YouTube and long form. But it's a lot of work. That's why a lot of people not on there. But once you get on there, that's where the money is. Respectfully, so a good bit of the money. All right, so let's talk about Monet McMichael. If you don't know her, now you know her. But she has 412 subscribers at the time of recording this video. She's a beauty, fashion, makeup, and vlogs type girl, or type content. Is that what she creates? She is 23 or 24 years old. She's Forbes 30 under 30, and she's ranked number 47 for top creators by Forbes. Okay? Now, something I'm going to do with each one of these creators is I'm going to break down how they film, because it's really important, I think. I think it's really important because people think that they have to have the best camera, the best lights, all the things, right, to just start. Even I thought that. Now, granted, this is what I do for a living, so of course my stuff is going to look top tier, because also this is a portfolio piece. This shows other businesses and brands what I can do, because I'm doing it for myself. But best believe, if I was starting all over and I just wanted to be a content creator and I just, wanted to be like these creatives, I probably would, because I do like how stuff looks. I like things that look cinematic, so I probably would still go down this rabbit hole and be where I am today. But if I did not care and I just wanted to be, this bubbly personality on people's screen, bringing great vibes, then my stuff would look like this. But I just want to let you know, like, I'm just gonna go into it, okay? I'm just gonna go into it, okay? So she films with a Sony ZV-E10, which, by the way, I'm gonna have a review of that camera in the future on my YouTube channel, so you definitely check that out. Even a walkthrough of how to use that and make it look cinematic. But anyway, she films with a Sony ZV-E10 in intelligent auto mode. Not just auto mode, but intelligent auto mode. And intelligent auto mode is just fancy, terminology for AI figuring out where you are, the scene, and just calculating and fixing all the buttons that you would need accordingly. But another translation for intelligent auto mode is it's not cinematic. Not at all. Now, with her videos, there's no storytelling. Not a single hook in sight to engage the audience. Just vibes. And this is why she is successful. She is successful. Because I promise you, with all the YouTubers I watch, all the podcasts I've listened to, I gotta have a hook. I gotta do this in the first 3 seconds or I'm gonna lose everybody. Yeah, here is Monet McMichaels with a whole Sony ZV-E10, literally out here pushing a button. Not cinematic, no storytelling, no hooks, just vibes. 412,000 subscribers, Forbes 30 under 30. Okay? So let me break that down. The reason I wanted to say all that, because I want to be honestly realistic. Like, yes, you don't have to be doing all this, hooks and all that stuff, but also let's just be realistic of why she's successful, despite the fact that she's doing absolutely the bare minimum. And I say that with all respect, okay? She's a humble girl. I say all this, what I'm about to say, with all respect. She's a humble girl in New Jersey who happens to be gorgeous, because I'm not blind, and nor will you be if you see this girl and you know who I'm talking about. But she's gorgeous, okay? She's comfortable in front of the camera and is successful, okay? With an extremely attractive boyfriend. Once again, I am not blind. Have you seen the man? Have you seen him? Have you seen him? He's the reason I know about her, because Anyway, he's attractive. That's all I'm going to say, okay? And we are vicariously living through her by watching her content on all social media platforms. Now, let me tell you this, full disclaimer. I don't even like her stuff. Not because she's just doesn't have hooks, she's not cinematic and storytelling. It's just because I don't care nothing about makeup. Do I look like I care about makeup? Respectfully. Do I care? Do I look like I care? I'm just now caring at 30. Okay. But I do not care. Okay. I just cannot sit here and watch somebody's life. But I'm happy for her, though. She seems like she's living her best life. And she's very, grateful for her life. I'm happy for her. But I'm just saying, though, I get it. I get why she has over 400,000 subscribers, okay? She is where we want to be, and she gives us hope whether it's realistic or not, because we might all be ugly. Listen, I know I do not look like her, but I got a bomb personality, and that's all that matters. But I'm happy for her that she's pretty, and she knows she's pretty, and that makes her even more prettier. So there's that. But also Forbes 30 under 30 because of Get Ready With Me TikToks. So there's that. Now I don't know if Monet started the Get Ready With Me trend, but she did take it, and she added, she did take it, and she added makeup and her own personality, and now she's Forbes 30 under 30 content creator. I mean, I feel like it's impossible to find out who started trends, but she took a trend, she added herself to it, Forbes 30 under 30. Now I want to say this too, that she just started posting consistently on YouTube over 2 years ago. So that 412,000 did not come overnight or the next 6 months of consistency, but 2 years. So just mentally think 2 years, 12 months, 24 months, and also 143 total videos. So I want you to see a correlation, or hear, if you're listening to the podcast, hear the correlation between the fact that she has 412,000 subscribers, which she's making money. She should have a silver play button. I don't know what it is. I think it's 100,000. You get a silver play button, something like that. I don't know. Here I am just trying to make it, y'all. I'm just trying to pay the bills. But see the correlation between 412,000 subscribers and the fact that she's 143 total videos. Someone said, I think it was Think Media and Sean Cannell talked about, that's 143 at bats. 143 videos to show who you are, for people to realize if they want to follow you or not, and subscribe. And this is why she's making money. She had 143 times to get it right, to pop off a video to go viral, and for people to, just binge all the rest of her content and to keep it going. So just pay attention to that, what is it called? I'm losing my word. Correlation. There it is. Okay, this is my favorite. I really vibe with this creator on YouTube, and her name, or she goes by Uncarly. She has 346,000 subscribers. According to her bio, she's just a girl with lots of opinions. And I don't know her age, but I have a feeling she's probably early 20s or late 20s. No way she's in the 30s. She could surprise me, but I'm gonna say early 20s, late 30s. Okay, so this is really important, because if I'm being completely honest, she probably has the worst content as far as visual, maybe even audio. I think I want to say Monet has the worst as far as audio goes, but visual wise, terrible. Okay, compared to all of these three that I'm gonna give you. But she films her content in front of a white wall, and other times a green screen. Isn't scared to hold a whole laptop in her hand and a mic in the other. Literally goes against any and everything top YouTubers will say about aesthetic backgrounds and crisp, clean audio. And everything's subpar, respectfully, with screen grabs from the internet. But no one cares. Not a single soul, including myself, because whatever she's talking about for 2 hours straight is just going to be pure entertainment. And that's skill, man. That's skill. That is absolute skills, okay? I don't know if Uncarly started the deep dive videos for the culture, or I read X so you don't have to, but I can confirm that I've seen other creators creating the same type of videos, and it felt like going from Frosted Flakes to Frosty Cornflakes. They're not funny. They're not funny like Uncarly, and I'm just going to be honest with you. The worst cringe out there is someone trying to be funny. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I know you've been in situations where somebody was trying to be funny, and it took everything in you to not just walk away, because you're not rude, you're not hateful, you're not a mean person. You just laughed. You did that awkward, oh my God, you're so funny, and that was it. So, man. And that's what it's like when I watch these other videos trying to just be like her. I'm just like, nah, bro, own it. If you're dry, be dry. Because that's kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie, when somebody's just dry and they're just being themselves, it's just funny. It's a different type of humor. But don't try to be funny. Okay? So, make your deep dive videos. Make your deep dive videos for the culture, but your way, on your terms. Okay? You don't have to be like Uncarly. Or be her. And if you are funny, let it come natural. Let it just come natural. Let it flow. I can't tell you how to be funny because I am funny. But I sure as heck can't tell you to be serious because I'm only in my bag when it comes to being serious when I'm going through something, okay? All the breakups that I went through, the best poems, the best poetry came out of that. But right now I'm in a good place, so I can't write dark stuff. Maybe I can, but I'm not going to try because I'm not... I'm living my best life. Kind of, sort of. I'm adulting. I'm doing my best out here, okay? The economy's trash. I still live at home. It is. I'm doing my best, okay? Yes, I'm 30 and I live at home, all right? But hopefully at the end of the year I won't be. But full transparent, live at home. It is what it is, bro. I've been paying off debt, though. I've not been wasting not one moment at home, but I am that millennial with student loan debt that still lives at home. But we will move out one day. One day. Now, also, I want to say that she also has been posting consistently for 2 years, but her journey actually began over 3 years ago, but she started actually picking up steam and consistently posting for 2 years with 72 videos. So I'm just going to say I don't see a correlation with somebody having 300,000 subscribers with 10 or 5 or 10 videos. It's not a thing. Except this guy that's been popping up in the fitness industry that got 2 million followers in 60 days. And he's posting subpar trash. No. And when I say subpar trash, I'm not saying the content in him and this person, all this stuff is trash. Quality. I'm always talking about visuals, audio, all that trash. You as a person, what you have to say, no, never trash. Okay, you have something to say, but just the looks of it, the aesthetics of it, compared to all the stuff that we do see where people invest a lot of money into and have a team behind it, production team behind it, absolute dumpster fire trash. You're better off with your phone, and you're not even better off with that. So just want to clarify. And if you misunderstood, well, that sounds like a personal problem to me. Okay. So last but not least is my personal fave. Well, actually, Uncarly is my personal fave, but I like the story of this creator here, and her name is My Femme. And I didn't even purposely do 3 women, but hey, it worked out, 3 women it is. But her name is My Femme. I think I said it right. I hope I said it right. But she has 3, and as soon as I say it, you're going to already know, 3 point. Because nobody with 1,000 subscribers has a point behind a number. She has 3.27 million, 3.27 million followers, 3.27 million subscribers on YouTube, okay? And she's 20. She's 20 living in New York City. She's not 20 living in the outback of somewhere in Florida, Tallahassee. She's in New York, 20, in a penthouse. We'll talk about it here in a second, but she's 20. 20. And us mere old poor mortals could never, okay? Now, she films her content with an expensive, because why not? 3.27 million subscribers. I'd be filming with an expensive camera too. But she's filming her content with an expensive Sony ZV-E1 retail at $2,500. Now, for my camera people out there, I know you're like, nah, babe, you know good and well that is not expensive. It was in the beginning for us. It was in the beginning. I know we're out here spending $6,000, $10,000, even $20,000 on the Sony Burano. But in the beginning, $2,000 was a lot. We were taking out loans. We were using credit cards. How are we going to make that back? So think about that. As a new creator, think about that. You're like, oh, yeah, that is expensive. That is a lot. So $2,500. But here's the thing. This is why I bring it up. $2,500, and honestly, it looks like she filmed it with an iPhone. Respectfully. Okay? Because it's not supposed to look like that. It's not supposed to look like that. Any camera that you get for the most part is not supposed to look like your phone. Except the Sony ZV-E10, which is $700. That your phone kind of looks a little bit better than that. But still, it's not supposed to look like that when you spend that much. Okay? But I digress, okay? But she's the epitome. She's the epitome of everything that I've talked about in this podcast. Okay. She is entertaining and authentic, just constantly letting her intrusive thoughts win in real time. It's awesome. Cause like I said, I don't care about getting ready with me videos. I don't care about, kids going different. I can say kids because I think I'm up there. I'm an elder now. I just don't care. I really do not care. I'm literally on YouTube to learn. But some reason this girl got me as a subscriber because I do want to know who broke up with her 3 hours before she got on a plane to Bora Bora or something. Like I really want to know what happened because I know it's going to be a show of her telling me exactly what happened as she gets on this plane to Bora Bora, right? But I think the most important thing though is as she's going to Bora Bora, she's also living in a penthouse in New York City at the age of 20. 20. Us 30-year-old mortals could never. I told you, I live at home. For those who constantly see me traveling all the time, every other month, for 7 days straight, your girl lives at home. The only bills I pay is like my student loans that came back, and the money, the what I have to keep, what is it called, fixed costs to run my business, and maybe some credit card debt out there. Like that's it. Netflix, YouTube TV and internet. Like that's what I pay for now. So of course, if I'm having to stay at home for the past 6 years trying to make this business a thing, best believe I'm gonna take the extra money that I have and go travel as I work to get my own place later on this year. But still, like, don't think I'm just gonna be at home forever. But I'm just saying though, I am literally 30. I am 10 years older than this child, respectfully, and she got a whole penthouse in New York City. I could never, but I respect it though. I don't hate it at all. I'm happy for her. She's debt free, living the dream. Do you, boo boo? Do you? Okay. Now I want to say apparently vlogging is dead. At least is what I've heard from these YouTubers and things like that, and like no one cares. But apparently, everybody cares when it comes to my fan because she has been posting herself consistently in like this way for 13 years. So I want to put emphasis on that. 13 years, 3.27 million subscribers, 20 penthouse. Like she really is that person that we talk about when we're like, yeah, I made the mistake of never picking up a camera when I was like 6 or something. Because then I would be like, I'd be making bank now. Hey, it is what it is. Let's pick it up now. Let's do what we got to do, right? But yeah, 13 years. She has been on YouTube for 13 years. She has a total of 707 videos. So yeah, at this rate, she better have 3.27. It's like that joke we say about vampires. I don't know why that one circulated. I don't know if the guy just didn't think about it or girl, whoever was that posted it, talking about like, why are vampires rich? Like why is it in every movie vampires are rich? And it's like, if you've been living for 3 centuries and you're still poor, just step into the sun. Just step into the sun. And respectfully, I think with my fam, just being consistent on YouTube, posting 707 videos and counting for 13 years with only like 2,000 followers, step into the sun. Step into the sun. Respect, just step into the sun. It's not working for you. But 707 at bats at this rate. 707 chances for one video to pop off. And then here we are at 3.27 million. I don't think she's sick about the one guy that got 2 million in 60 days, but he's an outlier. It's fine. Some people to pop off like that, but it gives me hope. It does give me hope that not only an art form, I just call vlogging an art form, was dying on YouTube. This apparently is dead, and yet she's still doing it. 707 videos, 3.27 million followers, and also has a clothing brand with like 1 million followers on Instagram. Just because she's just intrusive thoughts. Like I promise you her whole videos are just her intrusive thoughts. And it's the best thing. I love watching it. I'm entertained. Even my mom will watch it with me. And you think about it. A 57-year-old woman, I think is how old my mom is, watching this stuff because you're entertaining and it's great. Come on, bro. Editing is like, editing's pretty decent. I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, like, and I always like want to bring up the camera, like the fact that, yes, she has an expensive camera, but she has no idea how to use it. Her editing is just like basic, but she's really funny. Like, she's carrying the video, audio, all the things. 3.27 million followers just for being herself and vlogging and intrusive thoughts. Like I hope you're getting what I'm putting. Hope you're picking up what I'm putting down here about just be yourself. Just be yourself. Be the trend, okay? Like she literally took vlogging that was dead and just is continuing to do it. It works for her. Who cares what you guys got to say? It's working for her. And so I want to leave you with this thought. Show up as yourself. Create content that you are proud to share. Get better with every piece of content you share. And in due time, you will be the trend. You'll be the trend. You know? I don't think anybody, like when these videos do release that I've filmed of myself, I don't think people will start doing like you're welcome at the end of their videos. But that was just my thing. That just came naturally. And it's something I always say, like, you're welcome. Live better, save money, Walmart. Like, it's something I always say. But if it ends up being a trend somewhere and I'm thinking it's funny and be like, oh, cool, I started something, copy and paste, whatever. But I think just don't go out trying to like intentionally become a trend. Just honestly be yourself, be creative, and create content for you. And I promise you there's going to be some people copying and pasting you, and then you will end up being the trend. Okay? And if you're out here worried, like, well, if I just be myself, will it work out? Will I make money? Will I be able to create a personal brand or whatever? I just gave you 3 examples. I hope that you see of people just deciding like, I'm just a girl with a lot of opinions. And that has paid off. She does a lot of stand-up, I think. She does a lot of like pop-ups and reading. She does a lot of things. Like she's not just on YouTube, deep dive for the culture and things like that. She's I think she's like slick a comedian, but Uncarly is who I'm talking about. But still, she showed up as herself and ended up people trying to make deep dive videos as well. They just don't, for me personally, hit and grab my attention like Uncarly. And like Monet McMichaels, I think like she is like the pioneer of get ready with me videos, and now makeup ASMR, makeup ASMR. But yeah, like that's what she does. Like that's who she is. And so I hope that makes sense. I hope, as always, you grab value from this episode. And I wasn't ranting and raving, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to get better with every single episode and making sure I have a cohesive, thought out thought. So there's that. But thank you for listening to this episode of the Creators Initiative. If you found this episode helpful, please share with a friend. And don't forget to rate this podcast or whatever platform you use. Until the next episode, I hope you gain confidence and inspiration to show up your way and on your terms. I will catch you in the next pod. Have a blessed day.